Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pep talk. I am kicking the day off with this because the kiddos have hockey today, so I wanted to make sure to get this out before the day wasted away. Thank you guys so much for those comments. They were really inspiring, and it just made me feel like I wasn't alone in my thoughts and how I felt about that. It seems like we're actually all kind of together on this journey. So thank you so much. And I was going to mention a few of them here in a little bit. So the reason I wanted to chat about the female apology is I was getting a massage one day, and the masseuse was fabulous, and I felt really bad because my legs were ever so slightly prickly, and I said to her, I'm so sorry, it slipped my mind to shave, I'm sorry, my legs are a bit hairy today. And I will always remember what she said back to me. She said, "Don't be sorry. Men never are." I will tell you, those words stuck with me for a long time because it was real. It was like such a small thing that she said, but it was legit. And I felt a little bit stunned. She probably could tell, like, what's wrong with this girl? But it made me just think, like, have you ever said sorry for your armpits being too hairy? Because I'm sure men never do. Have you ever said sorry for the bush coming out of your floss-sized bathing suit? Because men never have to. They're literally like in oversized like trunks. My goodness, what are their options? They get briefs or like full underwear, and we're like literally in a string trying to make all that work. Have you ever said sorry for the nail polish like rubbing off of your toes? Like, it's like so embarrassing, and yet, no offense, men, but like they can walk around with troll looking feet and not give it even two thoughts, while we have to have our toes look like they've been dusted in a candy like palace of beautiful colors. Have you ever said like, "Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, like I haven't put my face on yet, I haven't put my makeup on yet, oh my gosh, look at my hair"? Do men ever say sorry for that? It was really interesting to hear everyone's comments that they sent to me, and I'm just going to share some of them with you guys. One of them was, "Sorry for being on mat leave," and that was from one of a friend, or actually no, family from the US. They get 12 weeks, and it's almost like apologizing that they get that time off. And we made a joke to one another. It's like, they get 12 weeks. Hockey playoffs take longer than 12 weeks. And that is the time that you have to recuperate from literally like throwing a human being out of your body. But you're apologizing because you feel bad and you feel guilty for taking that time. I had another friend, Natalia, "Sorry for my accent." My mom also suffers from that. I feel like it's weird. I don't think I ever have really heard a man apologize for their accent, where females do feel like it's misconstruing the message that they're trying to communicate, and they apologize for it. "Sorry for my driving," she said. That one broke my heart for some reason, because I still to this day think that females are better drivers, except maybe my sister when she gets a little mad. "Sorry to bother you," but I thought that one is like so true to anyone. The "sorry to bother you" came from Amanda, but Dadia also said that she puts in like just, and I have had that trouble too in emails. I'll go through my messages for work and try to delete all the justs out of there, because you're just almost downplaying the importance of what you're saying. Sorry that we ran out of milk, sorry that we ran out of peanut butter, sorry that I missed bedtime. All like the mom things that somehow we have figured that we are in charge of, so we apologize for it. And what's interesting is when a man shows up with that, it's like praised. It's like, look at him, what a great guy, he's doing all the things that the woman should be doing. And we kind of apologize for when we miss a beat on those things. Sorry I've dated so many people. I thought that one was interesting, because I also come from a relationship where maybe I had a few more boyfriends before my partner, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't apologize for that. They were part of my journey, they helped me figure things out. But it's interesting that women feel like they should have like less of a dating life. So that one stuck with me a bit. Sorry for rocking the boat. I know Charmaine, she was just saying like she just doesn't like any conflict, so it's just almost easier just to not even put yourself in that conversation. And another one that just came in late last night was just like, if I'm not 100% confident, I'm just apologizing right away, which is just, I feel like very opposite of what men do in general. I think that they'll say something, even if it's not right, and somehow everyone around the boardroom table is all in full agreement, you know, it is a little bit misleading, mysterious. I don't know why we all buy into it. And one that I use a lot, and I wanted to mention, sorry, I'll keep myself in the frame here, but it was, sorry for being so emotional. I feel like if I'm really passionate about something, it becomes about passion, emotion. Sometimes can be looked at as a positive. A lot of times in my life, it has been looked at as a negative, and that one has really bothered me a lot, because I feel like a man can come in with the same thoughts and ideas, and it is perceived differently. So that one's also gotten me a bit. Those were just a few, but I feel like I could actually connect with almost every single one of them, and that I have for sure apologized for it. And what I think is interesting is it takes a lot of energy. That takes a lot of mental capacity, a lot of almost putting yourself down when we don't realize we're doing it. Or so it kind of brings me back to the question of, why do we apologize so much for these things? You know, is it our own expectations? Is it society? Is it men? What's interesting is I actually think it's a lot of times ourselves and even other females, and we kind of perpetuate this own system. And I think that this is an opportunity for us in the day and age that we live in to kind of put our foot down and stop it. Read at the end of one of these articles, which I thought was so interesting, was someone said, you know what men are doing while women are out there waxing, making appointments, threading their eyebrows, shaving their legs, timing everything perfectly, dyeing their hair, all this stuff. Men are out there, you know, being entrepreneurs, starting their own business, getting promoted, becoming an athlete in the professional leagues of whichever ones there are, developing all those things. If you think about all the time that it actually requires to keep yourself hairless, you probably could be moving mountains in the meantime. This is not to all say that people shouldn't be or should be shaving their legs or whatnot. I love shaving my legs. I feel super fancy for that one day. It's just more about why we apologize for something that was legitimately put on our body that we don't have control over, and that is so like unimportant, really. Like, and we are apologizing for it when men clearly are not. And a lot, it's like, oh, look at his hair and look how handsome he is. It actually annoys me quite a bit to think how we are embarrassed and apologize for the same thing that we praise men for having. But I think if you look at this list of all these things that you guys sent in, it's a very similar story, that a lot of the things that men are, look at his leadership qualities, oh my gosh, look how emotional she is, right? Wow, look, he bought milk today. What a beautiful dad. Oh my gosh, did she like not get the milk in time? Her poor kids. I think it's interesting because you could look at them the same way for all of the things that you guys brought in, and it might be really good for us to kind of keep each other in check. This whole segment actually was inspired by someone who at my old job reminded me all the time to stop apologizing. When I'd have certain feelings, she would always say, like, stop apologizing. You're allowed to have feelings, or don't apologize for that. That's a real thing. And she was really important to me. This is dedicated to you. But I think that that's something we could all do for each other. Call each other out in a good way, in a positive way, in a supportive way. Because it is really hard. It's like muscle memory. We're not just going to all stop apologizing tomorrow. And you definitely don't want to overcorrect and become a person that's completely lacks modesty and humbleness. But it's about finding some balance and giving yourself some credit and being kind to yourself. So yeah, maybe for the next few days, try to make yourself a bit more accountable and help out another sister that you do hear apologizing for things like that. because they probably could use you more than you need. I know specifically that person meant a lot more to me than she probably realized at the time. So so that's the message for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really excited for what's going to be upcoming over this summer. I have a handful of interviews lined up that should be really exciting. Some with some friends who are business owners, entrepreneurs, deal with health and wellness, my yogi friends, my cycle friends, acupuncture, all these beautiful people, and maybe even a couple men that I think would be really great to shed some light on how men can also help empower women too. So stay tuned. I love you guys, and yeah, have a really, really great weekend. Bye.